Hey, so this is my third day going live from the Economic Ninjas Challenge. And today I want to talk to you about when God takes you into the valley. So I'm talking about how it says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not fear, thou art with me. And sometimes God takes us into the valley because he wants us to learn some lessons. As many of you know, I'm a full-time missionary in Costa Rica. We have a mission to pastors, missionaries, and Christian leaders. Well, while we were living in Costa Rica, before we joined with an organization, I got in a car wreck and I got rear-ended. I was monitoring traffic and trying to pull out of our driveway, and traffic was going about 5 miles per hour. And I saw a car that was about 90 feet back, so I knew I had plenty of time. And so I backed out and started going forward, and the person that was with that gap wasn't paying attention, and they hit me. And very apologetic, no, nothing's wrong, everything's fine, till they learned that I was a gringo. And then they went through a lot of treatment for a 5-mile-an-hour accident and ended up missing days of work. And so it's not like this in the States, but down here, that got moved into criminal court. And so I had to go to a trial. And so I had never been through this kind of thing in a foreign country, and I was really scared at that time, honestly. So what happened was, during the trial, they said that if I would admit that it was my fault, that they would give me some sort of plea bargain. They would give me 10 tickets, one a month, and I'd have to pay those tickets, and then everything would be fine. I had to admit that it was my fault, and I just didn't feel right doing that. And so there was a pastor that I had met with before and talked to about the ministry we were planning on doing, and he told me I could call him at any time. And so I called this pastor. Another thing to mention is that these trials traffic trials in Costa Rica happen at night. And so it was midnight in Indiana, 10 o'clock in Costa Rica, so it was 2 hours difference at the time. And I called this pastor, and he answered the phone, and I said, well, I need some advice here. And he said that he always advises people to do what they feel peace about. And I didn't feel peace about saying that this was my fault. And so we went into the trial, and as what I thought would be an open and shut case turned out to go against me, and I actually lost the trial. And I had around a lot of people were praying about this, and a lot of people were involved with what we were doing, and I thought that that meant that we were going to win the trial, but I lost. And what happened was I was sentenced to a month in prison, and I lost my ability to drive for 6 months. They took that away. And I also received 3 years of probation. And as hard as that was, it wasn't devastating, because that was a time that I wasn't able to have my hands up, but God had brought around me people to hold my hands up during that time. He had brought around me the right team, this church, other churches, people praying to get me through that hard time. And I just have to say that after going through all that, coming through the other side, I'm stronger now, and God has placed around me those same churches. They were amazing to our ministry. They helped out our ministry and continue to walk with us in this ministry. And so if I had not had the opportunity to go through that, I would not be where I am today.